this is a special dish. She has pre-cooked it, and also she will assist us in cooking it, I guess, so that we don't burn it. The blood can cook very quickly. So she's seeing that we're talking a lot, so she's like, no, you gotta keep it moving around. So inside this amazing recipe full of chilies, full of a lot of dry ingredients, this is a classic food to visit Guilin, just to have. It is called Cu Xue Ya, which is vinegar blood duck. It smells amazing. It's like a funky mix of sour, spicy, really fragrant though, because there are a lot of things like the Chinese star anise, Chinese chestnuts. The duck blood is the reason it's all brown like that. And then the smell though is from that vinegar. By the way, Xiao Lei Lei, we have met actually before in Guilin 4 years ago. Very good to see you here. Wasn't it on this street somewhere? Or it was very close to this street when we went to have Yo Cha.
Last time?
Yeah.
2 kilometers.
Okay. So pretty close. How is it going today? How are you today?
I think I lose my ability to speak English after pregnancy. So
Yes.
I forgot almost most of my English words. And he wants to play with the little girl.
Oh, you're not hungry for duck? Okay, I'm gonna get some rice. Lee, do you want some rice? So
You
usually,
eat the rice now.
how do you usually do it?
Usually we finish it almost.
Oh, okay. This dish actually is supposed to be eaten first. When it's served, you just start eating. So you fill up on the stuff that has the full flavor, and then the thing that will fill your belly comes at the end. So, but at this restaurant, we can get our rice whenever we want. So I want some white rice to go with that. This is awesome. So we got 3 dishes. Another one has some pork intestines, and then the Kong Xin Chai, the empty heart veg, which is morning glory. And then over there, also a cool thing at the end, when we've eaten all the duck parts, then they come and make this almost like a soup. They'll come and add water or some kind of soup broth, and then you cook the veg in this burner right here. Yep, I got a big bowl of rice. No, we're gonna share this one. Okay, Lee. I've noticed one thing, the rice in southern China smells so good. It has such a delicate fragrance, like almost floral. It's really nice and soft too. Yeah, wonderful. The rice here smells so good. Yeah, man. Can I try this one first? A really unique ingredient, the lotus stem. These can be like 2 meters long. Oh man.
It's like a baby lotus root.
Oh really?
这个是那个藕还没有长大的样子，不是，是把它腌了的，不是没长大，是腌了的。
It's much more chewy. Yeah.
底下这么粗。
Thank you for. Okay, you're right. It's much more sturdy than I was expecting. It's not the actual stem. It's farther down, closer to the root. The rhizome is the part that I usually eat. So you might call this the root then.
Yeah.
The rhizome, though, is what I usually eat, what Lee makes in the dumplings. Okay, so that's very cool. It's a super specific part of the plant. Got some chilies in there, both the red chilies and then the green. It looks so beautiful. I like the presentation of that dish. Let's try some intestines. Pig intestines. They smell so good too. Just so pure, like focusing on the intestine's own flavor, just like very porky, wonderfully bouncy. Love the texture of intestine. That's a great dish. It's so smoky. And the vinegar is really nice.
干嘛？这个拿走啊？不是，我说你尝一下这个好好吃的。你自己吃啊？不然我帮你拍。不用，我让我拍吧。我已经当时那种很好吃的那种表情了，因为我觉得这个好像看着很一般般，我就是。你拍拍食物，要不然就好了。等下是给我入起镜，等下我吃出那种美味的汁。
Got to get some clean green veg. They fry it so simply just with some salt, some garlic, and then focusing on the freshness of the morning glory. It's crunchy here, a little bit slimy, nicely like spinach. Yeah, morning glory just goes great pretty much with any dish, and you gotta have it with white rice. So, thank you so much for waiting. Thank you. So, okay, go ahead. The centerpiece, everyone just goes in with chopsticks, nice and close. That dish just looks so beautiful, right? So Lee, I know you love that foot. I want to taste the ginger for my first piece. Ginger and some duck. And it's just covered with the blood. The blood kind of coagulates with the heat. Cu Xue Ya, 是吗? Oh.
里面有苦瓜。
Oh, okay. I thought it might be. It's a duck neck is the piece that I picked first. Oh, thank you. The bitter gourd. Cool. Man, that's cool. There's so many ingredients in there. So the neck, it's got some skin still on it, and then the neck will be like a nicely, it's a fun part to eat. You kind of, if you imagine that the neck goes this way, you eat around the edges. Inside there are the bones.
其实还有五花肉。你尝尝。
Sure, thank you. Wow, so even bumping up the flavor and the fattiness, they also have the streaky pork in there, the 3-layer pork. Oh. The duck doesn't have enough fat on it, so they add some pork fat to help it cook. Oh, the duck meat is so good. It is so taut. You can taste the anise for sure. Once you bite inside, then it's just the cooked duck meat, but each bite on the outside, you can really taste a lot of that cooked blood. It's just rich. There's no real flavor to describe. The duck flavor is awesome, but then the feeling is kind of from that cooked blood. Wow. That's an amazing recipe. Because this is one of Lee's old friends, I'm gonna just switch. Yeah, middle school friends. I'm gonna switch seats.
20 years. 20 年了。我今天跟他介绍，我说，他说吃什么阿姨？我说吃妈妈认识了。我数了一下年，我说20年。哦。
So I'm gonna just get over here and get familiar with the duck.
20年了。
This guy is loving it.
好可爱，在那里笑着。但其实像他的年纪啊，哎，你怎么会在相机里面呢？
He's quiet. He's well behaved. So the blood kind of coats it, but it's like the duck because it was pre-cooked. You know, they don't make you sit here and wait 45 minutes for the duck to cook in this pan. They cook the duck like 80%, and then you only cook it the final little bit so that you can almost start eating immediately. So the blood kind of like coats almost like a sauce all over the duck. It's really unique. Wow, and it's so good. Some duck liver. Wow. So next up, I want to try the ginger, that whole piece. It's also coated with the blood and all the spices, though. Ooh, that is an intense bite. Yeah.
The bitter gourd from here, and the blood, and the vinegar flavor. It's very. You cannot actually taste the bitter, but it's very good.
Almost all of the bright flavors are like really muted by the blood, but also the bitter. So the bitter gourd is still kind of crisp and chewy, but it's not bitter. Yes. You have very pretty teeth. You have good teeth, man. So the way they cut the duck is they just use a big knife and just chop the duck into all the parts, and they use the whole duck. So what that means is some of the bones inside can be really sharp. So for someone who's coming in just having this for the first time, you might find it uncomfortable. There are all these bones all around. But because I've lived in this part of the world for a long time now, I know to expect that. And then, as my wife would teach us, it's so much more fun than to pick, knowing that you have the entire animal there. You get to learn your favorite parts. You get to pick those parts, and then you just ditch the chopsticks. Grab it with your hand. You put the camera down. And then you go for it.
我都去吃了狗食。这个是不是鸭子的肾？是吗？是。它的 kidney 有这么大吗？有吧，有。
And that is what that side plate is for.
没有，现在买不到了，要4万多了。4万多买那电车，别人就觉得划算。没有那个邓布对。你原来上次吃的出血鸭在哪里吃的啦？是菜单。
And almost like noodles. Sometimes, especially if you're doing it just with one hand, it can be like bringing noodles over to your plate. I really like the light in this restaurant. The tablecloth with the red, it's really pretty. And then kind of like it's very bright, but very cool lighting. So outside you can see it's April, so it's all beautiful and green. It could be raining, but today it's not. And Guilin, this is a very common scene outside. People have jackets, but it's very nice, very pleasant. I went for a bike ride today and it was 19 degrees, which is just awesome, especially when it's not very windy. They eat kind of like noodles too. The morning glory. But it's so comforting.
菜单。然后也是个可以养妹性格那么它的康味很大。
Yeah, yeah.
The pickle dish pork, then fried with rice.
Oh.
这其实
Okay.
肠子嘛，怎么那么脆呢？它是某一节，它就是这种味道的，我也不知道它到底是哪一节，所以我前面一直在搜，然后我也没搜出来仔肠到底是哪一部分。One part of the intestine, but it's not the whole intestine, just the crunch part of the intestine.
Oh, okay. Hey, cool. The duck intestines are in there too.
Yes.
Oh.
This is intestine, but close to that.
Oh, interesting. Wow. This dish is so cool. Trying to work out exactly which part of the intestine this is.
桂林糯米饭都跑哪去了？没有满大街的桂林糯米饭啊，好少有。桂林糯米饭最好吃的。
It's awesome. He's in a good mood. It's almost chewy, like a non-meat part. It's almost like I don't know, like a very strong vegetable, almost like the rind of a vegetable, but it tastes amazing. And then, like Lee said, balancing the intestines with then this lotus root, the sourness, but also the textures. The balance is just so great. What a unique dish. 那种航模 model plane， 然后把那 model plane 放一个 camera on the model plane and drive the model plane. So everyone, it is one of those beautiful, beautiful situations where they have so much to talk about. Because like I said, they have not seen each other in 4 years and they are really good old friends. And they have so much to catch up on that I'm eating this entire meal for I don't know how many, 3, 4 people. I'm eating it all myself. Okay, so it's just about time to put in the veg into the main dish. So if you're like me, I was not so familiar with how rich and fatty duck can be. Before I moved to Thailand, I really had not had duck. I don't even know if I had ever had duck. But in China, there is a lot of duck. Some of the best dishes are of duck, and I think this is one of my favorite dishes that I've had, definitely on this entire trip, maybe ever. The Vinegar Blood Duck in Guilin. You have to remember that. It's kind of a weird name, but oh my gosh, it's so tasty. Okay, so it's just about time to put in that cabbage, which is like the step 2 or part 2 of the meal. So there you go. This dish too, in terms of side dishes, this is like one of the best things I've ever eaten. I'm very happy she is doing this. I don't know the steps, I don't know the order. Oh, there's tofu under there too. The soft tofu. Cool. Oh.
It's like cooking and eating at the same time.
Yeah, that is something you taught me about Chinese food. So now enough oil has come out of the pork meat, but also the duck, to cook some of the vegetables. So actually don't need to add soup. You just have to not dump over any ingredients off the side. So I'm very glad she is doing this. So cool. So there's tofu in there too. So the cabbage you can eat raw, but in China that's not the normal way. Always cook the vegetables, and then the tofu also. You could eat it raw, but it tastes better when it's cooked. Wow. Is that a wing? I already found the head. Lee, that's the other wing, right?
Yeah.
So Lee's favorite part. So the tofu, just let it like that for a bit? Or can I eat it already? So this is like a small version of a frying pan. This is like a cooking pan. Oh, okay. Because this is a lot. It's gonna be already hard to finish this. So I'm being impatient here, so I'm making space for the veg to cook so that I can get some of that cabbage. I've really been enjoying the rice so far on this trip too. Really soft rice. And Lee reminded me some of the rice might be very fresh because the harvest in some places is happening right now. So at Grandma's house we had not just new rice, it was their own rice. That was such a treat. But yeah, this restaurant has really good rice too. Gotta appreciate that. Wow, so clean, covered in, so oily, so spicy. My eyes are tearing up. Oh, it's hot for sure, it's temperature hot. That is so delicious, crisp. Oh, that's amazing. Wow, and so different. So awesome to have like the sauce, the essence, the flavor of the dish, but then with like a new thing added in. That vegetable was only in there for about a minute, so it didn't have time to lose its own flavor as well. Both dishes have just so many parts to them. They just keep on giving. Yeah. Xiao Lei. Sorry, Xiao Lei. Xiao Lei. You want some more rice?
我们吃菜不吃饭。如果好能吃米饭的，你可以多吃点菜嘛。难得回来，女儿是为了吃饭而回来的，人就多尝点菜的。Just near here,
Yeah.
we can work.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
So don't eat too much rice now.
Okay.
Your carbohydrate.
Okay. Okay, so last thing to share, the tofu. Gotta find some pieces. They are not broken up totally yet, but they're so soft. Oh man, thank you. Yeah, it's getting a little bit smoky here. Wow, it still looks so amazing. I think I've eaten almost an entire duck, and it's been a great day. Whew, okay. Sorry, there's the rest of the duck between us right now. So the tofu, when you take it out of a situation like that, realize that inside the tofu is going to be near boiling temperature. It's very easy to get burned. Self-control is important. With Chinese food, I've had to learn that about soup dumplings and also tomatoes. Potatoes also, and then tofu. So the inside of the tofu is still like so silky and so pure. Just that pure soy flavor. But then on the outside, just rich, thick with that blood. The smoke. A little bit spicy. There are a lot of chilies in there, but the main thing really is the blood. The vinegar gives it a nice, sour smell. But the smoke and the blood, and the duck, the richness of the duck itself. What an amazing dish. Lee told me about this yesterday because we had the other, like, weird name, delicious dish. We had that one, oil tea, last night. And then the vinegar blood duck or bloody duck is what we're having for lunch today. Man, we are very, very lucky. Oh.
还有些什么？桂林菜，
Lee has finally reached that duck foot. the single duck foot. Cheers. It has come to that time, the glorious final bite of this meal. This recipe is just mind-blowing. Keep your eyes out for that vinegar blood duck. I hope this trip to China intrigues you. The way it intrigues me, this is a whole new land, is the feeling that I get. And that's just the feeling, but that's what travel is all about, right? Of course, we will so rarely ever get the chance to be the first person to ever see something. That's almost impossible now in our world. But the feeling is why we travel, right? So not just the recipe, not just the view, but also the memory that you take home. That's why we go wherever we go. And I would say China just has unmatched opportunities for travel experience and memories like that. Man, and I am living this one right now, and it is great. I feel very blessed. Like I said, I hope this intrigues you to learn more about China. Yeah, and enjoy this journey with me. See you for the next meal, but also see you for the next greeting. And goodbye. Goodbye. Much love.